What's up, and on there, everybody? Welcome back to the Modern Roots Kitchen channel. Let's make a Thanksgiving turkey. Alright, y'all, so let's get started. We have our bird defrosted. I'm gonna go ahead and pat it dry. You wanna make sure that the skin is super dry to promote browning. You end up steaming your skin and you won't get that real nice color on it. So make sure, just grab a paper towel, go around the bird, just kind of dab. Make sure he's dry. Bada bing. Okay, now we have a bed for our turkey as well that I prepared. It's just some roughly chopped mirepoix, which is just carrot, celery, and onion. I got that in here, as well as the turkey neck and some rubbed sage, 2 bundles of that. That's where our bird's gonna sit in and braise. I'm also gonna make a nice little compound butter mixture. We're gonna use, 16 tablespoons, 2 sticks of salted butter, and then I got an equal amount of mayonnaise. The butter is gonna impart some richness, some flavor, and then the mayonnaise is gonna promote browning and moisture. The two together make the most perfect, basically basting liquid for our bird. So let's go ahead and get these softened sticks of butter. I left these out for a couple hours to get it nice and soft, make our life easier, instead of taking it straight out of the fridge and trying to wrestle with it. Boom, so we got our 16 tablespoons of butter and our 16 más o menos tablespoons of mayonnaise. Perfect. Now after this, you can impart your own flavor profile. I like a Cajun poultry seasoning kind of mixture. So I got, this is H-E-B Cajun seasoning, and I got a little packet of Fiesta poultry seasoning. I'm gonna do a little mix of those, as well as some garlic powder. Got that right here. Perfect. Now we're gonna do roughly, let's say, 6 tablespoons of our Cajun seasoning in there, and what is this? A quarter ounce of poultry seasoning. Open this up. It's just a blend of spices. It's mostly like sage, all those holiday flavors. Get that in there. Try not to sneeze with that Cajun seasoning. And then a whole mess of garlic powder as well. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get a close-up shot of this rub, and I'm gonna show you how we get under the skin of our bird and make it super delicious. So come in for a close-up. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and mix up our based, what should we call it? Our fat mixture, our based butter, our compound fat, whatever you want to call it, moist maker. Should look something like that. Soften your butter ahead of time and it'll come together super easy. Get our bird set. Now we're just gonna kind of separate the skin from the flesh. Take your time doing this. You don't want to tear the skin. So take it nice and slow. Just kind of get your hands in there. Kind of break apart the skin from the flesh so that we can get all that goodness. Especially around the breast, around the white meat. It's going to need that fat for browning and to keep it nice and juicy. There's not a whole lot of fat, as we know, on a turkey breast. so it's gonna need all the help it can get. So up top, we got all this beautiful fat, and on the bottom, we're gonna kind of submerge the bottom of this bird in some chicken stock. It's gonna do two things. It's gonna keep it moist, braise it, and then it's gonna also turn into our gravy at the end. So let's just take it slow, go all the way around that bird, lifting the skin away, around the breast. Make sure you cut your nails, ladies. You don't want a fingernail going straight through the skin. All right, y'all, we're looking good here. Now we're gonna put our mixture under the skin and all around the bird as well. It's gonna act as our seasoning. So just get a few globs of this. But it's nice and soft. It's very spreadable. Just get all over the breast, all under that skin, wherever you can get it. Real nice. Now we're gonna make a little bit of a mess, and we're gonna spread this mixture over the entire bird. It's gonna look kind of ugly. It's all good when it's done cooking. This thing's gonna be perfectly brown, super juicy. Get around those legs, get all the crevices. If you've ever dreamed of being a masseuse, this is your practice right here. Go ahead and practice on this turkey. Follow your dreams. Get those wings. Try and get some of the bottom. Make sure you get the thighs. Now remember, mayonnaise is made out of what, eggs and oil. So it's gonna make a beautiful crust. It's gonna be super brown and moist. It's basically basting itself in the oven without you having to open the oven door every 30 minutes and spray it with something. We got it built in. I'm gonna get some of that on the inside of the bird también. Beautiful. All right, we have a giant mess and a beautiful turkey. I'm gonna show you guys how we lay it for its bed. We're gonna get some broth in there, and we'll go throw it in the oven when it's time. Also, I feel like I should say, go ahead and make sure you sanitize everything. Sanitize your counter, everything. Wash your hands real good. This is poultry. There is salmonella involved, so make sure when you're done making a mess, clean it up, sanitize. All right, y'all, we're back to our main camera angle. We got our turkey and we got our bed for its roasting. I got, what is this? 32 ounces of quart of chicken broth here. If you got your own, for sure use that. This is just an H-E-B carton of chicken broth. I'm gonna throw this into our vegetables. Now remember, this is gonna turn into our gravy. So the vegetables don't have to be beautiful or anything. We're not really gonna eat them. They're gonna be too soft. It's just gonna flavor our liquid. Let me get some more liquid actually. I have another carton. This one is vegetable stock. Now all the juices and fats from the turkey are of course gonna drip all over these vegetables that are gonna cook for hours. It's gonna mix with our broth. We're gonna remove all of our roasted vegetables, and then we're just gonna thicken up our liquid with a roux. And boom, you have turkey and gravy at the same time. You don't have to buy those packets of gravy that are too salty and gross. So we got our beautiful bath. We got our turkey. Let's lift this sucker right in there, right on top of those vegetables. We're gonna do breast up. We're gonna kind of set him in there so he's not all lopsided and twinkle. Looking beautiful. Wash our hands. Now again, we're doing a Cajun flavor profile for our turkey. If you're into more of an herbage kind of thing, you like lemon pepper, you like just regular salt, pepper, garlic kind of thing, you go ahead and do your thing. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit more of this Cajun seasoning right on top. Now remember, this is a big bird. big piece of meat, so you need to season it heavily. It's like trying to barbecue a brisket. You only put a little bit of salt and pepper on it. It's not going to do much to the meat. So make sure you add quite a bit. It's going to need a lot of fat, a lot of flavor. Get inside the bird as well. Now, we're not going to stuff anything into the bird. I'm not a fan of that. I feel like it disrupts the cooking inside and you end up with a less juicy bird because of it. Also, like, it doesn't really flavor it much, so I leave it empty. You're going to get more of the heat through there. It's going to cook the bird more evenly. So boom, got a little more of that spice. Now, cooking wise, we're going to do 350 degrees, which is the standard temperature for pretty much anything that involves baking or braising. And we're going to do about 13 to 15 minutes per pound. This is a 20-pound bird, so if my math is correct, that's roughly 4 hours and 20 minutes, 4 hours and 30 minutes maybe. So I'm gonna go ahead and just let this sit. I'm not putting it in the oven yet, but I will show you guys when we put it in the oven, so stay tuned. Alright y'all, our oven is preheated to 350 degrees. Remember, we're gonna cook this 20-pound bird for 4 hours and 20 minutes. That's 420 for all you stoners. I got some aluminum foil. I'm gonna wrap the wing tips because I don't want them to burn. And I don't feel like doing a bunch of tying them up and all that nonsense. We're doing a simple bird anybody can do. So I'm just gonna wrap the tips in foil. This will keep them from burning. I'm gonna throw this sucker in the oven for 4 hours and 20 minutes, and I'll see you guys when it's all brown and delicious. Alright y'all, so our turkey is resting. Make sure you always rest your bird for 50% of the time that it baked. So this one was about 4.5 hours. We're gonna rest it for at least a couple hours. You want all those juices to soak back into the bird. If you were to cut into it right now, all those beautiful juices that we made will spill all over your cutting board and you're gonna have a dry bird. So that's resting. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a gravy with our drippings. I just got some olive oil and some of the fat from our liquid from the bottom of the pan. Remember, all those vegetables, everything that dripped off the bird is incorporated into this beautiful stock. I'm gonna add some flour. We're gonna build ourselves a roux for this gravy. Super simple, just some fat and flour and our juices. Just as easy as using the packed gravies, but it's gonna taste incredible. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys in for a close-up shot. Alright, so we got our roux cooking. Again, it's just olive oil. I got some of the fat that rose to the top of our liquid here, and some flour about equal parts. We're gonna cook this down a little bit, cook some of that raw flour taste out of it. You don't want that in your roux. So just cook it for a little bit. You're gonna start to get almost like a popcorn scent. That's how you know that your roux is ready to go. Now to this, we're gonna grab our liquid, vegetables on all. We're gonna get a strainer and we're gonna strain our liquid right into this and start building our gravy. All that delicious roasted flavor. Delicious. We got our turkey neck in there as well. All those goodies. Look how tender that is. Everything has given up all of its flavor. It's gonna be a beautiful gravy for our turkey. So all we're gonna do now is incorporate our roux into our liquid. Now to prevent clumps, what you want to do is have a temperature difference between your roux and your liquid. So our roux was hot, so we added our cold drippings. If you want to do it vice versa, add your cold roux to your hot liquid. You can do that as well. That's just going to help prevent clumpage. See how it comes together beautifully. Now all we got to do now is bring this up to a boil and we have gravy. Alright y'all, so we brought our gravy up to a boil. Perfectly thick. We're going to do the spoon test. Make sure it coats the back of the spoon. Run your finger across it. Make sure you see that little strip. Give it a taste. Beautiful. I think it's good on salt. I'm just going to add some freshly ground black pepper. Wonderful. Alright y'all, so we have our turkey all wrapped up, we have our gravy ready. I'm gonna get this all packed up and we're headed to a Friendsgiving event. Make sure you leave a like on the video, comment down below what you'd like to see next time, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'll see you guys next time, and happy holidays.